Hello, Kim here with another workout for you. Quickly check around the room. Make sure you're not going to bash into anything. You only need the space of a mat, nothing to injure your feet. And if you want to work out in trainers, that's fine too. Let's start with a little side step and tap. Let the arms swing gently. Bring that slowly forward for 4, 3, 2. If you don't have space to do 4s, then do 2s. If you don't have space to do 2s, keep it on the spot. Hold it here. Let's just take it to a toe tap. So a little knee bend, a little tap. Twist to the body, taking the arm across. If that doesn't feel right for you, leave out the twist. Keep the arm smaller. You can just make a little push across in front slightly. Make it a little bit bigger if you want to work out harder. The one thing to think about if you're struggling with blood pressure at all, taking the arm above the head makes your heart work harder. So think about your body and any ailments you might have. If you're feeling a little bit low today and you want to make it easier, keep that arm lower. If you want to make it harder, you can add a bigger bend and a bigger reach. Again, you can keep it small, you can keep it across the body. Bring those feet together again. Take 2 to the right, 2 to the left. A little pushy arm, push, push. Now if you're trying to keep your step count up and you really want to make sure that every step counts, you might want to change the arms so you're moving both arms all the time. So I'll leave that one up to you. If you're just here for aerobics, then you can choose to follow my arms or not. Let's take it back to single steps. Any little muscle man arms. Bring it forward if you've got room. And back. And again. Now I'm going to give you another option. You can either keep it here. I'm going to turn so you can see it, stay facing me. Or you can start to kick. Try and kick your bottom with your heel. So I'm sort of reaching the opposite arm towards that heel. But if that doesn't work for you, just stay with the side steps. Let's change it back to the toe tap. So again, you can bend and reach if you want, or you can just keep it a little lower. I'm going to put it somewhere in the middle. Reach across like I'm twisting slightly now. Keep moving through the gap. And if that twist doesn't feel right, then leave it. Let it enlarge. March it wide. Take it in. And wide. In and wide. In, 2, 3. And out, 2, 3, 4. Let's take it to 2s. 2 in, 2 wide. Hold it out here. In for 8. Out for 4. In for 4. Out for 4. Well done. 2 out, 2 in. Now if you can, we're going to change that. You're going to take it wide at the front, so you're going to take it forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, back, back. Again, if that doesn't work for you, then keep it wide and together on the spot. Are you ready to tap change? Tap here, tap and change. So I'm now leading with the left leg. If that doesn't work for you, don't worry. You might get it another time or not. Your body, your workout. Ready to tap change? If you can, tap change this side. Let's add some arms. So I'm marching with a little bit of attitude here. You can do that one. Tap change. How about tap changing every time? Again, this is optional. And I'm adding a little twist to this now. So almost in a horseshoe shape. Adding a bigger arm. But again, if that doesn't work for you, march on the spot. Or keep it to that other step. Well done. Go back to the beginning. Let's march. In for 8. Wide for 8. In for 4. And wide. Keep marching through the gap. I'm going to go for knee lifts here, but if it doesn't work for you, you're going to take a little toe tap in front, so it's a choice. Let's have nice strong arms. So you have nice windscreen wiper arms and knee lifts, or definite arms and toe taps. Take it to each side. And again, if that doesn't work for you, you can keep it to a little toe tap. Doesn't really work with a toe tap for doubles. So if you're doing toe taps, keep it to the singles. Thought I'd better try that one for you. So if you were struggling, that's my fault. Let's take it wide for the marching. Turning the feet out. Feels a little bit awkward, but we're going to go to knee lifts. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Faster. And taking the arms wide to the side. So again, you can keep it as a wide toe tap, really opening out through the hips. Or a knee lift. Let's push the arms through the middle if you're lifting. If you're not lifting, you're just going to turn toes out to the side, opening out through the thighs. Last 4, that's really quite hard on the inner thighs. Let's march it through. Well done, that was quite hard. March it wide. For 4, 3, 2 and in. 2 out, 2 in. Take it wide at the front, together at the back. Again, if that doesn't work for you, it doesn't matter. On the spot. Let's tap and change. Again, if you can. It is up to you. Be a bit faster this time. Tap change. So I'm alternating with the tap change. As it's faster music, I'm not twisting it quite so far this time. Do what feels right for you. That was too much. This is fine too. Turn the feet out slightly. The knees and feet follow each other. Ready for knee lifts or toe taps. Doesn't matter which leg you're on. I started this time on the left side, but you need to be whatever leg you landed on. To each side, all single toe taps. If you need to, keep it lower. If your balance isn't good enough for this, you go with what's right for you. Singles. Take the arms higher if you can. Again, optional. I'm pulling my shoulder blades back together, pulling down. Let's bring the arms in front. So I'm now taking it to a toe tap. Let's take it slow. Toe taps, double time. Elbows shoulder height. Watch you haven't pulled them in like a baby wounded bird. If that was too much for your arms and your legs together, we're just going to do one or the other. Oh, I'm feeling a bit sticky. Let's just take the arms. Let's just. So, gentle kick and flick, keeping the knees soft, keeping the elbows soft. If that's not good for your balance, toe tap's good too. Work with what you need to. And again. Don't forget to keep hydrated. When you finish this workout, if you haven't got water with you, grab a drink. Water's good. Smash it through. 2 forward, 2 back. So 2 forward, 2 back. Hold on the spot. 2 forward, 2 back. Keeping that head up. Think about the posture. The belly in. Just marching on the spot. 3, 2, 1, toe tap. So we're not lifting the knee now, we're bringing the heart rate down. Just toe taps. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Let's take it to heel digs. So we're lifting those toes up. Well done. Toes out to the side. Again, shoulders are nice and relaxed. Just let the arms swing. Take it out behind. Watch here, you're not arching your back. I'm leaning slightly forward, bending the knee slightly. Take it out to the side. Again, whichever side works for you. Don't worry about being on the same leg as me. It really depends where you end up after the march. Toe taps in front. Pick the arms that feel comfortable for you. Let's go for heel digs. And toes. And then pointy arms. Heel dig, show me the hand. Whoa. So if you don't like that, do what feels comfortable. I'm really flexing at the wrist, getting some movement in my hand and my wrist. Take side to side. Relax the shoulders. Well done. Marching through. So now be really aware of what's going on. Are your knees coming straight forward? Are they coming in? Or are they going out? Might be subtle, but really become aware. Look down briefly. And then bring that head back up. Think of your posture. Open up across the shoulders. Let's circle shoulders back. Slow down. Well done. We're really going to start to bring the heart rate down now. 2 small side steps, step together. If you want to go a little bit faster, you can, but we are cooling the heart rate down. And this makes it a little bit harder because we're standing on one leg. So if you can, lift that knee slightly off the floor. Try and get a little bit of balance. If that doesn't work for you, come onto the toe. Working on our balance here, you're going to feel this a little bit in your hips. Again, if you start to wobble, keep the toe on the floor, that's fine too. You've got to work at your own level. Let's hold it here. I'm going to ask you to circle that leg around. On the floor, but if you want to make it harder, you could actually lift it up. I'm going to keep mine on the floor. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of you by falling over. If you need to hold on to something, that's fine too. 2 more. Let's go back to that little knee lift balance. Or if you need to. Let's take Circle of the hips. Other way. If a figure of 8 feels better, that's fine too. You're going to lie flat on your back. So lying flat on your back, a nice little bit of gap under your lower back, so a natural curve. Pull your belly in. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to bring both knees in. And you're going to take one leg up and release. So you're keeping the knees directly above the hips, and we're trying to stretch through the back of the leg. So if you feel you need to keep the knee bent, then please do. We're getting some stretch in the hamstring, the back of the thigh, and you're going to feel it in the back of the knee. So we're going to change that, make it slower. Flex the foot, point the foot, and release. So you're going to feel that stretch extend into the back of the knee, into the back of the calf. So you do it as far as you comfortably can. If you can get the legs straight, great, but just be aware of what's going on with your lower back. Let's take both feet down one at a time. Stretch the right leg out in front of you, and we're going to lift it all the way up and all the way down. Join me when you're ready. So be aware here of what's going on with your lower back. So I've just put my fingers under my lower back. If that's comfortable for you, please do that. So I'm flexing and point, flex. And you're going to really feel that stretch. Trying to keep the other leg as still as you can and keep your back as still as you can. So if your fingertips are underneath, you're going to feel if it's wobbling around. Let's change legs. Lift and lower. Flex and point. Two more. Well done. So really think about your breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's change legs. Taking the other leg out. Now we're going to take it to a bicycle. So leave your foot nice and relaxed. I've got mine softly flexed. Now, if that's too much, keep it a little bit higher. You'd be feeling it a little bit in the hips, or maybe in the tummy, but really again, be aware of what's going on with your lower back. You're using your tummy muscles to hold it in place. Let's change direction. So bringing that bicycle in. A little bit harder for the brain again. Well done. Change legs. So bicycle, doesn't really matter which way you go because we're going to go both directions. And again, make it right for you. So if you need to make it smaller and take it above your head, do. Making that circle as big as you can, controlling your lower back. So if your back starts to arch as your leg comes down, you need to make the move a little bit smaller, please. Other ways. Two more. Well done. Bring that knee in. Straighten the other leg away. Feel that stretch through the hip. Hold it there with that stretch for a moment. Bring the knee in. Straighten the other leg away. So feel that stretch through the hip. Down one at a time, coming up to a seated position. Feet are flat on the mat, about hip width apart. So just check centre of the hips, centre of the knees, centre of the ankles. I'm going to come forward a little bit. My hands are on my knees. Pull in my belly, sit nice and tall, and reach back. So you're going to feel this in your tummy. I'm going back quite a long way. Now if you're struggling with that, hold onto your knees until you feel it in your belly. Really working that tummy, so it's going to be whatever's right for you. Don't feel you've got to come back as far as me. If you can take the arms away, great. Now if you're finding that too easy, you You're going to try and keep your feet on the floor. If they're coming off the ground, you're going to make it smaller. But if they're not, start adding an arm above the head. You're going to feel that really stretch through the body. Try and keep the feet hip width apart. Keep the knees under control, hip width apart. But listen to your body. If that feels too much, take it back. Put your hands underneath if you need to, or you could stick a strap underneath. But just holding your knees works if you're really struggling. This is the sort of intermediate version. Harder version. The slower you do it, the harder it is. So really try to be under control. Well done. Just come back onto the mat. And I'm going to give a little roll. Circle through the back. Give it a little bit of rest. Okay. Take your arms straight up in the air. Relax the shoulder blades down into the mat. And keeping the arms straight, you're going to lift the shoulder up and down. Reach. So my palms are facing. I turn around a little bit if you're not sure. And reaching. So you're getting some mobility in the shoulders. So you need to make sure you've got some space above your head in a moment, because we're going to change this movement. Don't worry if you can't lift very high. So you're reaching up and then letting that shoulder drop back to the floor. Change the movement. So palms are facing. You're going to take one thumb towards the floor, the little finger the other way. And down. Doesn't matter if you can't touch. So really think about opening up between the shoulder blades on the mat. Leg slides, heel slides. So what I'm doing here is sliding the heel away along the mat. You're trying your hardest to keep that other leg still, so maybe have a quick look up, see what's happening. Push the heel of the stationary leg into the floor, and if you can comfortably, stick your fingertips under your lower back and just be aware if there's any movement in your back. You're trying to keep that back as stationary as possible. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as you move away. If that doesn't work for you, just make sure you're concentrating on breathing. So really controlling the pelvis here. Well done. From there we're going to come to sitting. So bring your knees in, give it a little roll. Come up to sitting. Well done. Legs out straight in front. Sit as tall as you can, and I want you to feel a stretch in the back of the legs. So I'll turn sideways. Now some of you might find you're here. That's fine. If you are, take your hands behind. Watch that your knees are pointing to the sky. I want you to make sure you're feeling that stretch in the back of the knees. So if you can, you're going to fold from the waist. So it's not about how far forward you can get. This is about getting a stretch in the back of the knees. So you can release the heels, which will take the pressure off the calves if you want, or if you want to extend it, gently flex the feet. If you're feeling this in your lower back, ease back. If you're here, that's fine too. Hold it for a moment. I'm relatively flexible, a bit tighter than usual today, but I'm coming forward and getting that stretch. Well done. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do, keep your right leg straight, bring your left knee up and take it across the other side and pull on that leg. So you're hugging it in, feel a stretch through the hip. Take the other arm behind, just gently look over your shoulder. Let's check Start again with the legs, hip width apart, centre of the hips, centre of the knees, centre of the ankles. Left leg straight, right knee comes up. Take that leg over, and you're going to hug it in. So you're going to feel a little bit of a stretch in the outside of the hip, and I'm taking the other arm behind and gently looking over the right shoulder. So you're holding onto your right leg, just hugging it across. And then from there, you're going to take the soles of the feet together and open out. Now if that's really uncomfortable for you, take the legs nice and wide, but if you can, sit upright. And again, it doesn't really matter where your feet are. If you need to have them forward, that's fine. Just be really aware of your lower back, sitting nice and upright. Soles of the feet together, open out. Enjoy that stretch on the inner thigh. Okay, you might not be enjoying it. I know some of my ladies say, whoa, too much. And equally, if that is getting too much, if you're in this position, that's fine. And again, you might be leaning slightly back and still feeling that stretch on the inner thigh. It's a slightly different stretch. Those of you now with your feet together, come to this position. Now sit comfortably, however that might be for you, or if you prefer to come to standing, that's fine too. Taking your right arm onto your left shoulder, let it slide. Just give it a little stretch behind. So I'm just pushing gently there. Hand is sliding. So get a stretch in the shoulder and slightly in the back of the arm. And over to the other side. And release. Well done. That's all for today. See you next time. Bye for now.